That's loud. All right. I don't know what it is about this weather, but it's sure making me tired. All right. Let's get started. Let's stretch out those muscles we worked on yesterday. Deep breath in and let the shoulders drop as you breathe out. Palms up, hands out, and drop the shoulders again. Just relaxing. We're going to put our chin to chest. We're going to go down to our toes. Be mindful about how far you can go and what a struggle it is. Ay, ay, ay. Like I'm feeling. And then I am just going to go in the shape of a half moon. Just going, stretching everything out. And then slowly come back up. And if you have a band or a towel, let's just grab that. Or do a bit of a shoulder floss. Our favorite, hey? Because we did do a lot of arms yesterday. I can tell already. I'm crooked. There we go. Band or towel, shoulder floss. An alternative to this, if you don't have a band or towel, is you can put your hands behind your back and lean forward. Right? There we go. Shoulder floss. Whee! Look at my arm is so crooked. That's scary. It just goes to show. So this shoulder's higher. Interesting. I'm just going to keep going. Stretch out that shoulder just a little bit. Another alternative is if you put your arm up against the wall or your shoulder, then put your hand against the wall. You could do a half circle that way too. All right, a little more. All right, so keep this handy. Let's just go right to the floor and start stretching. I'm going to go down to my hands and knees. I'm going to bring my left foot beside my left hand. Now, this is the modification. If you want to do the full, you can take that back knee up off the floor. And I'm going to take my left hand and loop it under my right arm and stretch towards the ceiling. I like this because it stretches my hip, stretches the back of my leg, also stretches my quad on the leg that's stretched out behind, and my thoracic spine, which is the spine along your ribs. Following this, thread the needle. So again, you could have your knee back, the back. You need it. All right. We're gonna switch sides. So I put my right foot by my right hand, and then loop it under my left arm, and then towards the ceiling. And my eyes follow my hand. Times. Lovely stretch. Nice. Back to my hands and knees. You can, if you got knee issues, you could put like a pillow under your knee. We're gonna come straight up in a 90-90 position, kneeling. I'm gonna put both my hands out front. And let's see, my left knee is forward. So my right arm is gonna come all the way back. Reach behind so I'm straight and then back. It's like doing the alligator stretch, but now our hip can't move. And when we do this on the floor, your body can change a bit. Okay, so we're gonna alter this stretch. We're gonna do a rainbow. Away. Palm facing out. Rainbow all the way back to the front. Palm facing out. All the way to the back. All the way to the front. One more time. Just stretching that shoulder. Now we're forcing our hips to stay still, so we actually got a bit more of a stretch for the shoulder. Okay, let's stay in this position. I want you to push your hips forward. Now my left knee is in the front, so we'll come back to center. Now we're going to try this, push our hips forward, but before we do that, I'm going to put my right arm opposite to the knee that's forward, and I'm going to push that hip outward, so out away from my body. And then I'm going to come forward. Should feel it all around your hip. And the more you push out while you're doing this, the more you're going to feel that hip stretch and your quad. Nice. Ooh, that felt really good. I'll put my hands down and I'm going to put that ankle on the floor. So it's going to be underneath the right hip, the heel. And I'll just straighten that leg all the way down. I'm going to put my hands on the other side of my front knee and push my chest up high. Stretching the lower back. The glute on the left. My left knee is forward, so stretching my left glute. Maybe that's what they meant in that Def Leppard song. Glute. Okay, come down on your forearms. And if you can, extend your arms all the way above your head and stretch down onto that leg. But sometimes it's a little hard on the knees. You could just stretch as far as you can go. Come back up, and I'm just going to sit down so that knee is still 45-degree angle in front. And then I'll bring that back knee up. So now I'm in a pinwheel position. I'm going to push my back knee into the floor and twist my body far away. Keep that knee pushed in. Actually, we'll stretch those hip flexors while you're turning your body and stretching your spine. We're just wringing our spine out a bit. Now I'm going to switch sides. So now I'm going to kneel and put my right foot forward. Both my hands out front. And twist that hand all the way back. And then all the way forward. And again, back, forward. One more time. Now we're going to adjust it so we do a rainbow or a half circle over our head. So the palm has to go out all the way to the back. Woo! All the way to the front. And again, back. Front. One more time. A lot of cracking, crunchy sounds when I do this. Which is fine, right? I'll put my hands on my hips and push that hip forward. Keep that front heel on the floor. You might as well stretch your calf while you're doing this. Imagine pushing the hip though, instead of leaning the upper body, because we want to stretch that hip. Then you just come back to center, put your opposite arm up, and push that hip out, and then come forward. As you're forward, push it out as far as you go. Oh, I could feel this in many places. Hip, hamstring, heel, ankle, calf. Okay. Hands to the floor. I'm going to lay that front leg down on its side so my heel will be underneath my hip. I'll put my hands on either side of the knee and push that chest up. I do a lot of walking, so my hips get so tight. Not to mention all that high reps we did yesterday. It was a great workout. Okay, down on your forearms. And then if you can, all the way down with your arms above your head. Ooh, it's tight. Don't forget to breathe. Up and just sit down. Bring the back knee forward so we're in a pinwheel position. Push that back knee into the floor. Turn your body away from that hip. Whew. This side I can really... I always think it's going to be my right side, but my left side is usually tighter. Used to be my right, but then I had surgery on my right knee, and then my body got used to using my left as an ankle. Come back to center. Put the bottoms of my feet together. Grab those toes, make my spine as tall as I can, and hinge forward on my hips, which surprisingly effective. Just imagine pushing the top of my head towards the ceiling as I hinge those hips forward, stretching the inside of my hip. Deep breath in. Every time you take a deep breath in, I want you to imagine beautiful white light coming inside and filling your whole body and your lungs. And when you breathe out, you're just letting go of any negative energy. Deep breath in, fill up the lungs, fill up the tummy. Hinge forward on the hips and let it go. Oh, that always feels so nice. I'm going to keep my left leg bent. I'm going to straighten out that right leg off to the side and then put my left foot on the inside of that thigh. My left forearm, put it on the floor, stretch over the head. The other direction's going to be more challenging. Let's go the other way because that knee is bent. Whoa! Oh, that's so challenging for me. Sit back up, put my hands on the floor on either side of my knee. I'm just going to push those hands as far forward as I can go. Even using my fingertips to pull myself just a little bit further. And if you can, reach for that toe. So we've been stretching our hip and back of our leg, but we may as well stretch all the way up the spine. So I'm going to put both my arms straight out my sides. I am not going to move them from this position. I'm going to be frozen in this position and turn my body and alternately twist. You can almost imagine like you're sawing your toes off. Try not to move the arms. It's hard to do. Twist the body as far as you can go. Nice. So put the bottoms of those feet together again. Hands on those toes. If you want to, you can put your hands on your feet, use your elbows and push those knees down. So you just open the hips up just a little bit more. Tall spine and hinge forward. Hinge forward at the hip. Come back. Deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, you're going to hinge forward. So deep breath in, white light. Negative energy out, push forward. There we go. Keep breathing. Relax. Maybe when you breathe out, you can just go a little further forward. Deep breath in. Let it go a little bit forward. I'm going to extend my left leg out to the side. Right foot on the inside of that thigh. All right, here we go. So, opposite arm reaches over. Forearm goes to the floor. Oh, it's so tough. For me, I'm trying not to let my butt lift up. I guess if you wanted, you could push that knee down, but then you kind of need it over your head to reach. Switch sides. Forearm down. Elbow to hand on the floor if you can. It's a lot easier on the side where the knee is. Really working on all the area around the hips, even in the back, lower back. Arms straight out. You're going to move your body, not your arms. See how far you can twist. What's your range of motion? Side to side. Seems like I've activated my nervous system. Because I'm sweating and I haven't really done anything. It's funny. All right. I'm going to grab my band or towel. Now, if you don't have a band or towel, you're just going to have to wing it without. But If you don't have a band or towel, really try to push your toes towards your face. Nice tall spine. Otherwise, put the band or towel on the balls of your feet. Be careful, because sometimes you don't want that slipping off and hitting you in the face. And pull the balls of your feet towards your face. Or body, not your face. And point the toes towards your face, okay? Nice tall spine. Now hinge at the hip. You should be feeling that in the back of your legs, your calves, your hamstrings. Those poor hammies. Hinge at the hip. Deep breath in. As you let it go, hinge forward. Whew. I'm barely moving, like I think I went a centimeter, and I can feel a huge tight stretch at the back of those legs. Perfect. I'll just put the band aside. I'm going to put my hands on the floor on either side. And now this time you can bend your back. And we're going to go as far forward as you can go, running the hands on either side of your legs. Whew. Almost feel this on the outside of my calf. Ay, ay, ay. And if you can, take a deep breath in and let it go and try and grab your toes. Just imagine those muscles, just letting go. Just let go of all the tension. I'm going to bend my right knee. I'm going to take that foot and put it on the other side of my left leg. And I'm going to pull that that leg with my arm into my chest. I'm going to use my same arm as the leg that's out front. So I'm hugging my right knee with my left arm, and my right hand is going to go all the way behind. I'm going to twist and look as far behind me as I can. One more time. Hands on either side of the legs. Come as far forward as you can. Running those hands on the floor. Whew. Insane. Deep breath in and see if you can grab your toes. Let it go. Can't believe how tight this is. Insanity. Bend my left leg. Put my foot on the outside of that right. This is my right leg is straight out, so I'm gonna hug this knee to my chest with my right arm. Take my left hand and go as far behind me as I can and twist. Turn your head behind. Stretch that hip. Push your heel forward, that right foot, push your heel forward and your toes towards your body. Might as well stretch the calf at the same time. And keep taking those deep breaths in and breathe, let go. In through the nose, out through the mouth. That book I'm reading, Neurologically, this is a very effective way to relax your body. Deep breath in, through the nose, and out through the mouth. That's it. All right, let's continue to stretch the back of those darn legs. I'm going to lie down on my back. If you don't have a band or towel, you can just put your hand on your leg. Gotta stretch those hamstrings. All right, so I'm gonna keep my left leg bent for the first try. Try and bring that foot as far forward as I can. And keep breathing. Want to make it a little more intense, you just push that heel towards the ceiling and your toes towards your feet. Now when I'm taking my deep breath in, I'm imagining my body and spine just sinking into the floor as I breathe out. Lower the leg down, straighten the other leg, and then bring that same leg back up. Whole different story when the other leg is flat. Range of motion changes. It's as far as I can go. I had a friend that she was a dancer. She could pretty much bring her foot to the floor above her head. But she also had a lot of lower back issues because of dancing. A lot of people don't realize you develop I think they call it a sway back. Okay, let's drop that leg straight out to the side. Keep those shoulders down. I usually anchor my shoulders down by putting my other arm straight out. And while you're doing this, imagine pushing your heel out further than the toes, and you'll really feel that inner hamstring stretching. Deep breath in. Let it all go. Sink into the floor. Breathe in, nice deep. And sink into the floor. All right, leg back up. I'm going to put both my arms out at the sides and drop my leg across my body towards the floor, keeping my shoulders square. We're going to do this, the same kind of stretch, but we're going to adjust our body a bit. So I'm going to bend my knee to 90 degrees and take that opposite hand. And I'm going to pull that knee towards the floor and take my opposite arm, or same arm, I guess it's my right knee, so right arm. And I'm going to go to a goalpost and drop it to behind me while holding that knee on the floor. So now we're stretching our spine. We're just wringing it out. And we're stretching that front, shoulder, and chest. Especially if you did the multiple chest press yesterday like we did. I feel this. I like it when I do high reps and low weight and tire myself out. Really effective for long. Right, back onto your back, back onto your back. Knees bent. We're going to do our left side or do the other side that you haven't done yet. My right knee is going to stay bent for the first lift. And again, you could just use your hands on the back of your leg for this. You don't have to have a band. Remember to push your heel higher than your toes. Really stretch that calf. Deep breath in. And let it go. Sink into the floor. Every time you take a deep breath in and fill up those lungs through your nose and breathe out through your mouth, you're telling your body and your mind to relax. So let's do it again. Breath in, let it go. Lower my leg, straighten the other leg, back up. Deep breath in. Let it go. Yep, my opposite arm already anchored on the floor. Just getting ready for when I drop my leg out. Another deep breath. Tell those hamstrings and calf to relax. And it's the end of the week. Well, end of the work week. So TGIF. Drop that leg straight out to the side. Heel further than the toe. Really stretch that inner hamstring. Inner hamstring needs to be stretched out or you're going to get sciatica. You could even feel like you have something wrong with your knee and really it's just that hamstring pulling. Or even your hips or lower back. It's the muscle that needs to be stretched. Deep breath in, sink your body into the floor. Relax. Bring that leg up. Get rid of my band. Arms out on both sides. And drop that leg across your body, keeping the shoulders square. Feel this really in my hip and my IT band. And then if you push your heel out further than the toes, you're going to feel it even more. Breath in. Breathe it out. Sink your body into the floor. And again, deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time. Breathe in. Let it go. Bend the knee to 90 degrees. Take that hand and push the knee to the floor. Goalpost that other arm, twist and drop it behind you. Don't let the knee lift up. We'll try not to. All this breathing in, relaxing, and stretching. We're putting oxygen in our blood, which gives you more energy. That's why you feel low energy when you don't get enough iron in your body, because iron helps carry the oxygen around in your blood. So, deep breath in, let it go. Let gravity stretch that shoulder. Forward. Oh, if you don't want to roll up, just do this lower back and stretching. It's going to go right into child pose. Stretching my lower back. You can come up a little bit and put your hands together like you do in the alligator stretch. and put them off to the side and then go back down. Just thought I'd stretch our shoulder at the same time as we stretch the lower back. Come up and stretch your hands out to the other side. Back to center. Now, my chiropractor mentioned that if you have lower back issues based on spine deterioration, hyperextending the lower back, if you don't want to do it too far, so a gentle way to do it is to come forward and just stay on your forearms and lower the hips to the floor. The advanced version, put your hands at your side and push your upper body up and then let those hips hang. Even more advanced than that is to use the tops of your feet and lift your legs off the floor so your hips can even go further. So we're going to alternate. So if you're protecting your lower back, you're going to alternate from your forearms to child pose. Or we are going to do downward dog to cobra. So you're going to do child pose or downward dog. Just make sure your arms aren't too far forward so you're not straining your shoulders. And we're just letting all the blood drain out of our lower back, and then we're going to put it right back in when we go into cobra. If you want, you can alternately tap your heel on the floor and walk the dog. Come into a plank and then drop your hips to the floor. Or you're doing the modified version, which is going into Sphinx, which is hips on the floor and on your forearms. And alternate back, child pose or downward dog. Back forward, drop my hips down. If you want to go up on the tops of your feet, go for it. Okay, one more time. I don't know why I made that sound, but sound effects are free. And drop those hips down one more time. Come back. And then I'm going to go into my seated position, cross-legged. All right, nice tall spine. I find when you travel, you're sleeping in different beds, different pillows, my neck gets kind of angry with me. So let's stretch our neck. So I'm going to take my left hand and forearm and put it behind my back. All right. And I'm going to take my right ear and put it towards my right shoulder. Bring my right hand up and put it on my ear. And I'm going to push that ear into my hand towards the ceiling. It's tight. Remember the deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth and relax. One more deep breath in and relax. I'm going to slide my hand just up to my temple, and then I'm just going to bring my chin forward, down towards my chest. My hand is just there to support my neck and head so I don't strain anything. All right, back to center. Turn your chin towards your left shoulder. Turn your chin towards your left shoulder. Back to center. Now I'm going to switch arms. Right arm behind my back, forearm all along the small of my back. And my left ear is going to go towards my left shoulder. Left hand's going to go on my ear. And then I'm going to push that ear towards the ceiling into the hand. Deep breath in through the nose. Relax your body. In through the nose, breathe in. Out through the mouth, breathe out. Push that ear into your hand. Just run that hand up towards the top of your head. And then we're going to bring that chin and head forward towards the chest. Nice and gentle. Back to center. Move your chin towards your right shoulder. Move your chin towards your left shoulder. And center again. Chin to chest. Back up the center. This time put your chin to your chest and reach your hands out on the floor as far as you can go. Sometimes I watch those yoga girls and they're like flat down. I'm like, oh my goodness, lady, how do you do that? I've never been one of those people that can stretch out that far. You're going to come up. So you can put your elbows on your knees. Just push those knees down. Stretch those hips. Now, however you're sitting, change the position so whatever leg was in the front is now in the back. Okay? There we go. Deep breath in and run those hands as far forward again as you can go. One last attempt to loosen these hips. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, relax that body. Deep breath in through your nose. Hold your breath. Now let it go. Come back up and push your elbows. Put those knees down. Opening those hips up as best we can. Ooh. Man, sometimes I wish I had more than 45 minutes. But unfortunately, we have to take a break.